Look at that, Chuck. Brand new, buddy.
Wow.
All right, and you see the Serum products here, and what Serum products is that what that is, the Serum 1000 is 20% hydrogen peroxide. Everybody's familiar with hydrogen peroxide. You ever got a cut, mama pour hydrogen peroxide on your hand? Well, that's like 3% hydrogen peroxide. All right, that they're using. It being 20% hydrogen peroxide, if you get it on your skin, it's going to turn your skin white. And if you get it in your hair, it's going to turn your hair white. You want to try your best to keep it off of you. Don't panic if you get it on. You should have some baking soda and some water. So if you do get it on, you rub that baking soda, it'll take the sting away. If you get it to your eyeball, there's a good chance you might go blind. All right, so you don't get it in your eyes. All right, and one of the things that I did when I'm selling these machines, I'm giving these away for free. All right, because usually when you get to the end of this and you're using this, right, you got one guy on the machine and one guy that's actually using the wand here that's applying it. So the guy that's applying this is going to be full faced up and geared up. All right, he knows that. He's not stupid. He's using this. But what I'm scared of people getting hit in the eye with is when you get down the 5-gallon bucket, go slow, and you holler back, "Hey Joe, change your 5-gallon bucket." And Joe goes to change the 5-gallon bucket, and his mask is 20 feet away. He's not gonna walk over and get his mask, is he? Because that's what we don't do that shit. We just, I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? And the next thing you know, when you whip this thing out, and it comes out of there, some of it hits you in the eyeball, and now you're crying. You're not such a man no more. That's why I put these on the machine. All right, these should stay on the machine all the time. That way, if you're gonna change your bucket, then take 2 seconds to put it on so you don't get it in your eye. Now, the process of this, and I don't know how much you all understand about alkalines and acids, the pH scale, but this is an acid, and like I said, it's 20% hydrogen peroxide. And the whole point of having this machine, because you could just spray 20% hydrogen peroxide out of a pump-up sprayer. All right, that's not no big deal, right? It'll tear the pump-up sprayer up, but who cares? 20 bucks. Anyway, the process, this machine, the reason why this is a $3,000 machine is because it takes 20% hydrogen peroxide and mixes it with Serum's accelerator, and it turns this acid into an alkaline, which is a much better cleaner. All right, and basically what it does is it takes that 20% hydrogen peroxide and it pisses it off. All right, and when it hits the wood, it bubbles out. Back in my day, when I first started my own business, to get rid of mold and the crawl space or an attic, you had to sand it. That was all there was to it. You had to sand it, or you could dry, you could soda blast it. But with this, you just spray it on there, it'll just drop right on the floor. Good to go. That also works with soot, like we're working with right now. But what you're gonna have to do, because what's gonna happen is when you're spraying these walls in here, and you'll see that soot start running off there. Well, if you just let it run, it's gonna dry and look just like that. So you're gonna have to either towel it or wet vac it, or what's suggested is get you a power washer, and you have a guy go through here with this and hit it all like that. The guy comes back with a power washer and power washes it off, and you got somebody else behind sucking it all up, cleaning it up. You know, let's see here. That's pretty much self-explanatory. These accelerators back here, where's it at? Right here. Wow. Yeah. Okay. The way this accelerator is added on here is this right here. You can see that, that's pretty self-explanatory. These things are pretty safe. When you open that up, you see how that is? You know, everybody see that? Right. Spill my coffee, don't do that shit. I'm gonna break my phone and spill my coffee.
Save the coffee.
Yeah. But you can see the top of the accelerator, how safe that is. That goes on there. When you're done with this machine, do not leave it for an hour. Do not go eat lunch. You know, and leave the machine sitting there. When you're done with the machine, you got to get a 5-gallon bucket, fill it up with water, drop this in the 5-gallon bucket, drop this in the 5-gallon bucket. It's just like cleaning a paint machine, and let it run about 15 gallons of water through it, right? Now, I'll teach you about this. Here's your little spray wand, all right? So you can use this, right, just like as you see, right? But you can also take it off, all right, and you can take that tip off right there and put it on here. See what I'm saying? So if you're in a tight area, you can use just this. See what I'm saying? All right. I think that's about it, guys. I don't know what else I can teach you. Everything's pretty self-explanatory other than that. Any questions? No questions? All right. Now, the way the machine works and what we're supposed to do, and I talked to the owner about this, make sure I got my P's and Q's right. He said, what you want to do is all the heavy areas that are sooted up real bad. You want to degrease them first, and then use this. All right, so I only see a few areas in here that need to be done, so let's try. And I've got a couple of great degreasers, and I've got a new one I'm going to try. Where's my towels at? Grab me some towels there, will you?
Get to work. Spray it on in the damn face. Sit there for a minute. Pretty good sized fire job you guys got going, huh? Yeah. Y'all tore all the sheetrock. Y'all done all this work so far?
We did.
Yeah. See that, guys? So you're getting a lot of that off of there. See, when it's real thick, that hydrogen peroxide, what it'll do, okay, the hydrogen peroxide goes into the wood a little bit, you know, 1/16 of an inch, and then it bubbles out. It'll bubble it out and start dropping it. But if your soot's too thick, you're not going to be able to get through the soot. You see what I mean? And there's one degreaser that I'll try. This is a new one here, so let me try my other one. I'm experimenting on y'all. I say this is the best degreaser I've ever used, and I don't think it's going to beat it without it being constant.
Yeah, what's the name of that one?
This is a Serum SR soot remover. Baby. We'll look at it. Just a few minutes. That's a lot better there, though, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Now, are y'all going to do the rebuild too?
Yep.
Y'all going to do y'all from start to finish, huh? Right on. How many of you guys did any hurricane work? Just one of you?
The majority of us.
Yeah, a lot of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that town? I heard that town. I was going to go through there, but I didn't have a chance.
Charles.
I heard it got hammered, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still pretty rough.
We still got houses over there we're working on.
Yeah. Yeah, we're out there, the mitigation crew out there all the time.
Damn shame.
Wow.
See, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It worked out good. The serum is what I want you to use. You know, everybody. Of course, everybody. When I called the guy about it, oh yeah, my product's the best in the world. But I like this serum, and it's cheaper. You know what I mean?
So that serum, this one here, you have to dilute it, or you can use it as.
Well, here's the thing. You can dilute it. That's straight right there, because we're pretty rough in here.
Yeah.
I did it one time on some concrete blocks. Man, I had some soot on it, and I ate the paint right off of it.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I gotta go.
Would it also work on different surfaces, such as like metal, or is it just wood? Can we
No, I wouldn't want to put it on no polished metal. You know what I mean?
Like a
It's
fridge, no?
no, oh no.
Okay.
No, not unless you want to own it. Any kind of wood, any kind of surface that's not metal. It's a soot. It's a basically. It's just a degreaser.
Yeah.
It's a very powerful degreaser. As far as any surfaces go, wood. Like I said, I had a concrete block wall that was painted that had soot on it, and I just went to town spraying that stuff. I wasn't thinking, you know what I mean? So I'm getting the soot off, and when I started wiping the wall down, the paint started coming with it.
Oh yeah.
And the paint wasn't supposed to come off. Just the soot. You know what I'm saying? You know,
So it's aggressive.
So, why would you Why would you want to dilute it versus just using it straight like that?
Just for saving money.
Okay.
For saving money, because some areas might not be so bad, you know. Because then after that I went to 50-50.
Yeah.
And I didn't pay. And I got the soot off the wall, and I didn't take the paint.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, but on this wood, you know, you're not gonna.
And I mean, it's gonna be covered up anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So you can go to town with it. Now here's the thing, guys. When I'm always trying to come up, I owned my own company for 21 years, and I did water restoration, and I did carpet cleaning, and I'm learning about fire, and I'm learning about mold. In the last couple of years, I've been learning tons. All right. And the way I like to work, I like to do everything as easy as I possibly can. You know what I mean? I mean, as less elbow grease, but some things just you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? And trust me, all the stuff that you're doing, I'm trying to. I talk to leaders in the industry. I said we got to find a better way of doing this. You know, to make it easier, because look how much money Chuck's spending right now.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just you guys standing here. I was 30 minutes late. That cost him $1,000, didn't it? Anyway, no, don't put that on the video. Anyway, so let's bring the machine in here. All right, pay attention. Here's the problem that we've been having with this machine. This is the only problem that we've been having. You got to pay attention to your accelerator, because I mean, after you use a gallon of it, you're going to use about that much accelerator. And you want your accelerator working. You want your accelerator working because it gives you a better clean. If it's not working, it's not the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? It's not the end of the world. But the problem that we've been having is the porthole in this right here is so small, it's been clogging up. All right? That's why I've stressed the cleaning of it when you're finished. You know what I mean? But if the porthole clogs up, just take it off and get yourself to a place where you can blow through it. You know, get a compressor that you can blow through it, or
Hook a water hose to it and flush it out.
yeah, flush it out. You know, that water hose part that he has on the water hose there, that goes in here. That's to back flush the entire system. You know, don't hook it up to here. This machine doesn't need water other than to clean.
Okay.
But can you use the backwash to clean the nozzle out?
Well, it's not really going to push through there. You know what I mean? No. That's like I said, that's the problem. Is you just pull this off, blow through it. It should be fine. The other day we had a problem. A guy was having a fit with it, and I had to drive all the way down to help him fix it. The problem was this thing has a straw in it, and the straw fell off.
Oh, my God.
See what I
Couldn't
mean?
figure that out, huh?
Yeah, right. Well, it took me a while. I was like, dang it, man, dang it. Fighting it.
Yeah, you can't even see that it has a straw in it.
Yeah. Yeah, they invented a pretty sweet machine. I do it underneath my house. If you guys will go to, I'm all trying to build up my.
I watched a video of the crawl space. In the crawl space.
Yeah, that's my house.
Oh, it's your house?
You know, it was my house, and the guy who owns the company come and help me do that.
Okay.
You'll look up Cleaners Connection on YouTube, and you'll see me on there. And please like and subscribe. I do a lot of educational videos about the stuff that we sell, and I've got a 5-minute long video underneath the house that pretty much explains. I mean, anybody with any kind of, you know, working with your hands experience could watch that video and then do it underneath his house himself. And another thing is, all right, this is going to give you, I don't know why they got that in there. This white one is going to give you a straight fan spray, right, like this. All right, and this green one, this green one's going to give you a cone spray, right? See, I like the green one better because I'm covering twice as I'm going through.
Do you want another glove?
Yeah. Please, ma'am.
Extra large. Not small.
Whoever's running this machine here, you're going to want to put this on, right? You're going to want to go to here and here. You'll take some tape, go around, right? That way, when you go like this, it doesn't do that, okay? Another thing is, get this on. So you gotta have a buddy, right? He's gonna take you right across here. That way when you hit your head on something, that doesn't happen. See what I'm saying? Now what I'm gonna do, guys, is everybody standing in here.
I'm just gonna take a little bit right here to show you how it's gonna work.
After we would do this, would there be a need to come back with an antimicrobial?
No. What I would suggest you do though is you seal it.
Yeah.
All right, I've got an encapsulant, right? Let me ask you all this. Have you ever been in somebody's house? Maybe older people would, but you go in their house, their kitchen's new, and their living room's new, and the rest of the household, they've had a fire, and you open the door and you can smell the fire. It's been rebuilt. Does that ever happen to y'all? Yeah. Well, what it is, the restoration company sucks. They suck. All right, they came in there and rebuilt the place. They didn't encapsulate like they were supposed to, and as the house moves in the winter and the fall and the summer, and the house moves back and forth, it breathes off, and it breathes off a smoke smell. And now you've got kitchen, you got $25,000 worth of kitchen cabinets on sheetrock and everything, and behind the walls what's smelling, and what are you gonna do now? And most of the time where you don't get complaints is people who live there are used to it.
Yeah.
They open the door, it's a light smell, no big deal. But if you're fixing to buy a $500,000 home and you open that door and smell that, it's going to make a difference on what you're going to pay, right? I mean, and a simple encapsulant takes care of the day. And the encapsulate's like a paint, and I've got some on the truck.
Yeah.
And you just put it in a spray rig and go to town on it.
Yeah, we've done it on previous stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So.
So with this stuff, after you clean, after you spray all the studs.
Look at it bubbling up and working on that.
After you spray all the studs, would you still want to set up an ozone machine?
No, there's no necessary.
need for it? Okay.
No necessary, but ozone's dead. Ozone's finished, man. It's CO2 now.
Okay.
All right, and you can look up my deal and see that. Now, the thing about it is, you spray all this, you come back in, and if you catch a smell, you might want to ozone it or CO2 it.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? But I don't think you're going to have a problem with that. Especially since you're open, I think it's going to be okay. But I have to, like I said, I'm learning too. I want to come back and see
that we
this.
have out here that have not got affected, like basically the one on the other side of this wall. Basically, those 4 apartments out there, no fire if they got to it, but of course they have a smell inside their apartment.
Right.
And that would be set up for the ozone type.
Man, I would put CO2 in there.
What's the difference? What is that?
CO2 ozone machine is a machine that get me lying to you. It shoots out ozone and gives it a smell. It's really good for
the ozone, and I don't know what the other thing is.
It's really good for smoke. Now CO2 is chlorine dioxide. All right, and what you do is you put it in a 5-gallon bucket and it creates a gas, right? And the gas that it creates, the microns in it, the really small molecules, and it gets to every nook and cranny and fights odor. And man, it's fantastic. It's fantastic for fire, and it's really awesome for dead bodies. For crime scene cleanup.
That's just a place you place like in the middle of a road.
Right, you do 1,000 square feet per bucket.
Okay.
You put 2 in here, put 1 there, and 1 over there.
And is that something like, I know with the ozone machine, if you set the ozone, you're not supposed to spend a prolonged amount of time in the building?
Well, that's the same thing with chlorine dioxide. You want to get out of there. It's a poisonous gas.
So you would want
away from it.
PPE.
You want to wear this? Well, you just want to wear this while you're setting them off.
Okay.
I've got a video that I'll send you. That I did a 40,000 square foot building in Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, and then like we had a guy, an 18-wheeler company, owned 18-wheelers, and he had a guy die in the 18-wheeler, and he was in there with his dog for a week.
Wow.
All right, and so they put this chlorine dioxide gas in there, and it was fine. You just can't throw away 18-wheeler.
Yeah, that's nuts.
But Chuck knows about that. I'm turning him on to that. Any questions, guys?
Are you able to use that on drywall? Is it going to tear up paint or anything to that nature?
Well, no, you really don't want to use it on drywall. But like right here, I mean, I'm fine with you doing what I did, right? Don't stick it in there and squeeze on it. You know what I'm saying? Be working with your hands. And no, it's not a drywall. Man, now you could use it as a surface cleaner, but not really. I mean, you got Serum SBC or even BioS is good for a surface, what they call a plume mold, is what some people call it. A surface mold. Have y'all dealt with that? You know, where you ain't got to tear everything out, you just got to wipe things down. BioEsk is good for that. And I've got Serum SBC that's good for that too. Anything else, fellas? About all of it. You got a good video?
Yeah.
And if you don't mind, man, I'm gonna have somebody help me with a little bit of video so I can, this is what I do, you know what I'm saying? This is a video.